everybody, I'm Elsa M.
Maggie Guzman.
Las
Mil Amores. So this video is way overdue, you guys. As many of you guys know, we did get
A BBL 360 and everyone has been asking us to do this story time, and I know we took forever, but here we are with the story.
Okay, so for many of you, for many years, you guys have accused us of having breast implants, BBL. So you guys,
surgery, facelift, nose, all these things that we would always get in our DMs and in our comments. Son de plástico, las mil cirugías. But guess what, you guys? We had never done plastic surgery in our lives.
Alright, you guys, so you guys can go ahead and check back our very first music video, Noche de Party, and just kind of like scroll down to our official YouTube channel and look at all of our music videos and go ahead and just take a look at how our body has changed. As you guys have noticed, or if you guys have even noticed, we have never ever showed our body completely, meaning like bikini pics or anything like that. Not because we were ashamed of our body, but it was more like, really. It was more like not ashamed, but we were just not that confident because we were too skinny, we were too skinny. And then we tried gaining weight and pulling off like the whole faja look, but we had gained some weight.
And also, I know that maybe, like people view us like when we were young and we were always naked and stuff with like bras and little shorts and stuff. But as we grew up, our style kind of changed. So we really, it's just not our style. We dress sexy because we like to dress tight and show like our cleavage and, and like pop out the butt, whether we had to wear a faja or not. But honestly, like being too revealing has never been our style. It just never has. You guys could look back to our old music videos or our old content. I'm sure it's floating out somewhere in the internet, and you guys could see that it was just never our style.
Alright guys, so this journey of trying to getting interested in getting an actual BBL dates back, I would say for myself, I would say around maybe 2012-ish. I did kind of like start looking around the internet. So for me, I always kind of wanted to get breast implants and a nose job, but I don't, like my sister said, as we grew older, that just was not the most important thing in my list. There was other things that I kind of wanted to do before all of that. But 2012 was around the whole time where like the whole buchona thing started coming in. And my sister and I used to look at girls like Claudia Ochoa Felix and all these pretty girls that would come about on our newsfeed, and we would go, wow, I want to look like that. I wonder cómo le harán, like las bailarinas que salían en Telefutura and Escándalo TV. We would kind of always tell each other, I wonder why they're thick, but then they're skinny from the waist. ¿Qué harán?
And for myself, I have always had a low self-esteem since I was very young. It was always like my face, my body. I was anorexic for so many years. I have always had a problem with acne, so I always felt like if it just was not, I always felt ugly from my face. I have like a birthmark inside of my eye. If I would have known Kim Kardashian had one, I would have been flaunting that butt with my hair. I remember I would cover it up. So I've always had a low self-esteem, but plastic surgery was never in my mind. I never thought about it. I would always talk to my sister and tell her, oh, I wonder what they do. I wonder what kind of exercise. Because, we were never fat, but we were always like this parejas being skinny. So the talks was always like, what do they do? What kind of workout? What do you think they eat? But our body just never, no matter what we did, our body just never looked good.
So we always kind of had those features. If you look back at our high school pictures, we kind of always had like the big old eyes, big eyelashes, big lips, kind of like the whole brat thing going on. And when Kim Kardashian and all that started coming in, that's also a time where me and my sister were so obsessed with her image, and we were like, wow, I wonder qué hará. Like, she's skinny, she's flat from the waist, but yet she has a big old round butt. That's kind of around the time where, like, in MySpace and the early time of Facebook, I started looking around, like, people that would say, like, oh, fat transfer, Brazilian butt lift, and I don't know, and this and this and that and that. But I was kind of always intimidated to kind of, like, really say like, hey, I want to get surgery, because I was so into it, and then I kind of went so against it, and it was kind of hard for me to bring it up again. My sister was probably going to be like, are you cray-cray? Like, what's going on here?
And see, for myself, it was like pain. I go to the doctor. What happens? Okay, so this is what happens. I go to the doctor. If I'm going to get an x-ray, blood work, it takes them like 10 hours to get me in there. They kind of have to like bribe me or threaten me. So I've always been scared of doctors and the pain. And I remember I would Google it and I would hear horror stories, and I would go onto YouTube and see like the stories, and I was like, I'm not gonna go and get surgery and be in that much pain.
So we started getting Botox and Juvederm and face fillers around, I would say, 2017. We started going to Flawless Laser Center. I did have a bad experience where my face exploded, and like it exploded as in I got an allergic reaction, and we were not so much into like social media, like showing the world. See, de por sí, everyone has always put us down no matter what we do. If we donate money, they'll criticize us. If I save a dog, they'll criticize me. If I put that I'm a college graduate, they'll criticize me. If I upload a song, they'll still criticize me. It's okay if everyone else does it, but if Las Mil Amores do it, it's not okay. They'll find any excuse just to bash us. So I kind of wanted to share my experience and my story, but I was like, nah, I just wasn't ready yet.
So the same thing, once again, we got lip fillers and stuff, and I remember when they injected us for the first time, I got a panic attack, and I stood up like 5 hours in the middle of the night thinking that I was gonna die. Nah, it's just fillers. And after, like, when I seen the allergic reaction that my sister got, I was super scared. I was like, I am never gonna get surgery. But like my sister said, me and my sister put anything out there, it's always criticized. It's never good enough. It always sucks. Somebody else did it better. Somebody else did it first. We always are second in command somehow.
All right, you guys. So that's kind of like when the whole thing started going around. And I do remember that I kind of started telling my sister, I think our look is kind of outdated. I kind of started looking girls on newsfeed come up, and I was like, wow, she's so pretty. I kind of want to like not look like her, but I kind of want to like have this, I didn't want like our trend to kind of die out. So I do remember that I started telling my sister, like, because I remember when a girl reached out and she was like, girls, just pónganse en faja. You girls are too skinny. You girls are not going to get accepted. You get me this whole regional mexicano thing. You got to put it down. You got to be thick. You got to be like, And we were scared to gain too much weight because then we'll get the lonja. So we started buying fajas, wearing like those underwear where we would wear like those silicone pads. Go ahead and check out our TikTok and our Instagram video. It's right there. We're explaining that we started putting silicone in the boobs and the body, you guys. If you look back at our music video from Billetes y Oros, Bad Perras, Al Estilo Barrio Mexicano, Amigas Falsas Empresarias, and Somos Grandes Empresarias, our body, you guys, looks kind of like what it looks like right now.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and link all those videos down there. So I was like telling my sister, you know what? We just look outdated. What do we do? If you guys don't know, we're singers. We turned versátil because now we not only do banda, but we also do sirreño, rap, we do reggaeton. Just check our music out. We are versátil now, so we do a bunch of music, but we would get a lot of comments like, you guys gotta update your look, you guys are looking too old school, you guys are not gonna get accepted. And we kind of started seeing the reality that, yeah, I mean, our likes, our follows started going down because our look was just not in. If you want to keep being in the industry,
2008, 7, 8, 9, 10.
If you want to keep being in the industry, you have to continue with the trend and what's going on. If people eat hot Cheetos with dirt, you gotta do it if you want to keep, being part of it, even if you pretend to eat it. But the only way that you're gonna continue having people to follow you is if you go with the trend.
And we are not here to promote plastic surgery or anything like that. I do want to make it clear, I'm not here promoting plastic surgery, that you have to get plastic surgery done. That's just what we did to kind of like make ourselves feel more better, look better, like what we see in the music videos and everything. Okay, you guys, so here we go. So this journey of getting a BBL dates back to, I would say, around 2018, 19 is kind of like when I started kind of like looking around. I did meet this girl on Instagram. She does come out in a couple of my music videos, and she was a really nice girl. She's the one that kind of like would get us all the models and everything. And she was all done. She had her boobs done, little waist, big old butt. I won't throw her name out there because I don't know. I haven't spoke to her in like maybe around 5 months. I don't know if she would want me to put her name out there, but she is kind of like the one. She was the actual first person. There was actually one girl that came out in Noche de Party that me and my sister like en vivo seen like her butt and all. But this girl is kind of like the one that kind of like started like telling us about like the whole BBL. She was like, we seen her live. I remember that it was before we were going to record Bad Perras. We met up with her. We were like, can we touch? And, you know, she's all like, yeah. And she's over here telling us about this location in Tijuana called Vive Med Spa. And she was just like, oh, yeah, El Doctor Guadalajara is the one that did my surgery. You guys should go ahead and check them out.
Yeah. So we went ahead and she hooked it up because she started talking about this place. We started like following El Doctor Verduzco on Instagram, and we met up with him. He was very sweet, very nice, very kind guy. He actually, we became pretty cool, you know, through like the internet. When we would see each other, we would do TikTok videos. He's like a homie, and basically we started kind of like giving them like the idea. You think that it would be good for us to get a BBL? And he was like, well, let me go ahead and evaluate you guys. And everything that he said sounded good, but we started doing some research, and sometimes, you know, things happen. It's surgery. You never know. It doesn't have to do like where you get it done. But me and my sister are the type of people that like we like to get home quick because
we're anxious. We get panic attacks and stuff like that.
And we just didn't want to have a bad experience. So we were like, no, let's just try to do something local.
So I would say, because I would see El Doctor Sergio Verduzco all day pop out in my newsfeed. It was so hilarious. And I would see him like, he would have like a girl. I don't know if she was right out of surgery right before, or if she was still like not down yet. And I would see him with equipment and another doctors around, las nalgas right there, and they would be like talking, and I would tell my sister, what is this? Or like I would be like looking at it all day, like, well, what is this? And then when my friend told me about him, and we connected, and we started like following one another, and we would go and all that, I was all into it, and I was like for it, and we were already gonna book, like we were gonna start off with the nose job, and then from there we were gonna go like part by part, like the BBL and all these other things. But like my sister said, we like the whole, because I remember that they would tell us like, well, you guys are not gonna get a tummy tuck, so you guys don't have to stay in the recovery homes. You guys are just like going to surgery, and right that day, I think you go home. Like, thinking about the 2 hour and 30, we're here out in Los Angeles, so thinking about the 2 hour and 30 drive, and then like the whole like linea, you know, when you're waiting to cross the United States, I was just like remembering when I had gotten oral surgery for my braces, and the experience was not so good. And we were just telling one another, yeah, you think, or I don't know. And I remember that one girl was like, well, I'll take care of you girls. I had experience. Just book the hotel that's right in front of Vive, and we'll stay there 2 to 3 days, and then we'll just come back home. We've never gotten no type of surgery. No one in my family has ever gotten any type of surgery. My dad just got open heart surgery in April. But before that, nothing. So we just didn't know what to expect.
Yes. So it's like, we were like, nah, we started looking around. I remember that we started like messaging centers, and we started seeing like what they were all about, closer centers. And I remember that we went ahead and we got an evaluation with Dr. Lin, and his spot is in El Monte.
A New Image MD,
yes,
right?
Yes.
A new Image MD?
Yes.
I don't know. Go ahead and check him. I think it's a New Image.
Yes. He's
with Dr. Lin.
Yes.
He does a lot of videos like with Chuy Patavionica. Mm-hmm. He's a cool doctor.
He was very nice to us that day. He told us like, all right, yeah, girls, you know, Yeah, we could go ahead and do it. And he said, but I do surgery with you guys being awake. What do you mean awake? We were like, yeah, I do local surgery. So we booked it, but then during the week we got nervous and we were like, nah, you know what? We're not gonna, if we're so nervous and we want general anesthesia with local anesthesia, we're not gonna survive.
So originally, you guys, we were gonna do it with, so after Vive Med Spa, one of my friends, Miss Lady Pinky Rose, she is a Chicana rapper, had gotten chin lipo by Latina Med Spa. They're out in Huntington Park. And me and Mister had already gone to them for Botox and Juvederm. We did like a promo thing. You guys could check out Bad Perras. And so she's the one that kind of told us like, hey, you know, they did my chin lipo, and we kind of like looked at the video, and she messaged them, and somebody from that page messaged us, and we went ahead and reached out to them, and we were like, they were already telling us like in the message, like, I know you guys want to get a BBL, and I was like, yeah, you know what we do. We went ahead and we set up the appointment with Latina Med Spa. They went ahead and gave us a price, consultation. But at that time, you guys, my dad, like I already said, he was about to get our open heart surgery. We had gone, I would say, like in March of this year. And we ended up telling the girl, you know what, wait a while because my dad's getting open heart surgery. And, you know, we kind of have to see the outcome. And they were like, all right.
So if you guys know, we're very close to our parents. And when we found out that my dad had all these problems with his valves and all of his heart, we were like, nah, you know what? My dad has to pull through. He has to look healthy for us to continue with what we wanted to do, and that was the BBL. So we kind of put it off at that point, and we waited for my dad to get better. When my dad got better and the doctor gave us the clear, we were both still nervous, but we were going to go for it. So we reached back out to Latina Med Spa.
And we were like, we're ready.
Yeah, and at that point, the coordinator that was supposed to take us in, I don't know if she was busy or I don't know what happened, but we went ahead and went with another coordinator, and she's the one that started basically putting us in and giving us the consultation and telling us, yeah, girl, it's a good goal. So we went ahead and booked it with them at that time officially, and we gave our deposit.
All right, you guys. So I remember that when we were looking around to get the BBL, our weight was like 120 and like 128 around there. But being that we were over here getting opinions from everyone, we ended up gaining like 15 pounds cada una, because everyone was kind of like, well, I mean, you guys are not going to have any fat for you guys, you know, for the doctor to actually take out. So when we went there to the consultation with Latina Med Spa, the doctor, I was, I think, 135. Yeah, I was 135, and I asked him, am I too fat? He was like, no, actually, I think you kind of have to, like, either stay or try to gain about 5 pounds.
So at that point, I was, like, 145, and I was, like, you know, am I, like, too fat? I don't know. I just kind of felt kind of insecure, but everywhere they would tell us something else. So the doctor at Latina Med Spa told me and my sister, you know what, girls, you guys are fine. So I was 145 pounds at that time, and I was like, damn, you know, I feel fat. I mean, I just was like even worse with my image, because I was like, damn, I can't wear nothing no more. I would wear like baggy clothes because I felt super fat. And we finally got the consultation at Latina Med Spa with the doctor, and he told us, girls, don't lose weight, don't gain weight, just stay at that point. We were like, okay, so what is it? We lose weight, we don't lose weight, yes, no. Since we had booked, we were like, all right, let's just stay at this weight, and that's it.
Because I believe this doctor doesn't do nothing over 160 or 170. I'm not sure. It's one of those two amounts there. So, you guys, here we go. So I was so nervous. I remember that my surgery date was on August 8th. And I remember that I gave my deposit. And I do remember that the girl there gave us, I think it was like a two cajas of the arnica pills. We got blood work done. And me, just for my own safety, I went to go ahead and get an EKG of my heart. Because I was just paranoid because of my dad. Like anything my dad has, I'll get. And I'm like, you know what? Let me just go ahead and check it out. So everything was clear. Blood work was clear. EKG was clear. Deposit was done. I went ahead and I paid for the faja, the one that comes out when you come out of surgery. And also for 6 lymphatic massages. And so what I got done, you guys, was lipo 360, J plasma, or like they say, Renuvan, and I got a BBL, and it was the butt transfer. I believe it was to the buttocks and the hips, and I think he said he put in the back leg.
Yeah. He put us up in our legs because he said that we look too skinny from that.
So when I went in for the consultation, the doctor was like, wow, you have the perfect hourglass shape. I just did surgery on a girl just like you a couple of weeks ago. I'm going to go ahead and take out from here. He just went ahead and did his things. I'll see you August 8th. And there we go.
So you guys, for me, my surgery was 2 weeks later after my sister.
August 22nd.
August 22nd. And I was freaking out because guess what? I had to take care of my sister for 2 weeks, and I was just looking at her recovery, and I was super scared. She didn't explain, but I was super scared. I was like, oh my gosh, oh my goodness, what's going to happen to me? But, we had done a pact. We're going to go through with it. Whoever does it first, the other one can, rank out. It was a thing that we had both decided on, so that it was what it was. I was super scared going into surgery when I did my consultation with him, and he seen us at the same time, and he just said this. You basically, it's the same thing. You guys have kind of like the same body. It's just that you're taller. I'm going to try to go ahead and give you a diamond in the back. And I was like, all right, whatever that is, cool. I went ahead and I did the same thing. I paid for my BBL, and it was lipo 360. Same thing. Fat transfer to the butt, thighs, and the top of the legs. And J plasma. It was J plasma right here to my to la pancita right here, the abdominum. And I paid for 6 lymphatic massages, and it was basically the same thing. They gave us a booty pillow, and they also gave us a chair,
avocado chair.
an avocado chair. So basically, same thing she paid for, I paid for.